A, B, C, enter a trade and take your profit. This is ABC trading strategy, or some traders call it 1, 2, 3 strategy, and it is built based on a very simple price action concept. First, I'll explain this pattern and how it is used in practice to find trading opportunities, and then I will introduce an indicator that automatically shows ABC pattern on the chart, and finally I will teach you a very accurate trading strategy based on this indicator that helps you to make profit consistently. So make sure you watch this video until the end, and let's get started. Alright, now let's see what ABC strategy is and how it can help us to find trading opportunities in the market. This trading strategy is based on the natural characteristics of financial markets, where the price moves like a wave by creating pullbacks or correction in trends. In this pattern, first we have a low which is marked as A, and then the price advances and goes higher, and then it stops and goes for a pullback. The high marked as B, and end of the pullback is marked as C. The pullback at C should not reach point A, otherwise it's not an ABC pattern anymore. The core concept is that we had advancing of the price, then we had a pullback for a while, and it is likely that the price will continue advancing and go higher. Trade entry can happen as soon as we can assume that the pullback ended, having a bullish pattern or candle at this point, or having buy signals from other indicators can confirm that the pullback ended, so we can enter a trade. On the other hand, when we are in a downtrend, we find a bearish pattern. There is a high in which we mark it as A, and then the price declines, and then it stops and goes for a pullback, and this low is marked as B, and end of the pullback is marked as C. Similarly here, C should not go higher than A, otherwise it's not an ABC pattern anymore. Here, the core concept is that we had decline of the price, and then we had a pullback for a while, and now it is likely that the price will continue declining and going lower. So this is how bullish or bearish ABC pattern is identified on the chart. This is actually a trend following strategy where you identify the longer term trend of the market, and then you try to find trading opportunities in the pullbacks. For example, here the longer term trend is up, the price advanced, and then there was a pullback, and now we have the opportunity to enter a trade within the uptrend. As I said, this is a popular price action trading strategy where traders try to find trading opportunities in the pullbacks and make profit in the uptrend. When the price is in the pullback, they enter a trade when there is a bullish pattern showing buying pressure. Aggressive traders try to enter a trade around here by spotting bullish signals, but conservative traders enter a trade when the price closes above this level, which is the previous high and marked as B. When the price is closed above this level, they enter a trade. This is a low-risk trade entry and recommended. Now I want to add an indicator that can help you with ABC pattern and possible trade entries. Before I add the indicator, I'm proud to announce that recently I published a book, The Art of Price Action Trading. The link is in the description, and you can get it later if you're interested to learn price action trading and take your trading to the next level. Alright, to add the indicator to our chart, here we click on indicators and we search trading ABC, this one, which is an editor's picks indicator and written by someone named Lonesome the Blue. Alright, this is the indicator, and as you can see, it's overlaid on the price chart. You can see that the indicator has identified ABC pattern on the chart, and we have also a cloud here. This cloud helps us with direction of the trend. It is built based on a collection of moving averages. If we go to the settings of the indicator, here in the inputs tab, if we scroll down, here for trend cloud, we have these moving averages, simple moving average and exponential moving average. With these settings that together they created this cloud. As I said, it will help us with longer term trend of the market. When it is green, it tells us that the market is trending up, and when the cloud is red, it tells us that the market is trending down. We are in an uptrend now, and we should look for long position opportunities, and in this case the indicator identifies bullish ABC pattern on the chart, meaning it is providing us an opportunity to enter a trade in the pullbacks within this uptrend. Here in this part of the chart, you can see that the indicator has identified two consecutive ABC patterns. Here we have advancing of the price and then pullback, and it is marked as ABC, and again advancing of the price and then pullback, and so ABC. This indicator also generates buy sell signals and shows them by the help of these small triangles, but I don't recommend to use them because they are not very reliable, and with this indicator I recommend only using the cloud for trend identification and the ABC pattern identification, and then by the help of price action trading or other indicators you try to find trade entries in the pullbacks. As I mentioned earlier, you can use price action trading for finding any patterns that shows buying pressure, and I mentioned earlier that the safest entry is when the price breaks the high of the pattern, here this level which is marked as B. So for this setup, you can see that this candle is closed above this level, so in practice we could enter a long position at this point. And for this setup, I mean this ABC pattern, you can see that the price closed above the B level at this point by the help of this candle, and in practice we could enter a long position at this point. The most effective way for finding trade entry is price action analysis, but you can also use indicators for this purpose. One of the good indicators that you can use is parabolic SAR, this one, which is a built-in indicator on TradingView platform. If you know this indicator, it's a momentum oscillator that shows the change of momentum. It helps us to know when there is a shift to upside momentum or downside momentum. In parabolic SAR, we have small dots, these blue dots that are added to the chart, and they will help us to know when there is a change in the momentum from upside to downside or from downside to upside. When the dots are below the price, it tells us that we have greater upside momentum, and when the dots are above the price, it tells us that we have greater downside momentum. So in ABC pattern, we should wait until we get the first dot below the price, and that is when we enter a long position. For example, in this ABC pattern, you can see that the dots are above the price up to this point, and here when this candle is closed, we got the first dot below the price. So in practice, we could enter a long position at this point when this new candle was opened. The stop loss for this trade is placed below the previous swing low, and profit target at risk to reward ratio of 2. And for this ABC pattern that formed here, in the pullbacks the dots are above the price up to this point, and here when this candle is closed, we got the first dot below the price. So in practice we could enter a long position at this point when this new candle was opened. The stop loss for this trade is placed below the previous swing low, and profit target at risk to reward ratio of 2. To show you an example for a short position setup, here you can see that the cloud is red, telling us that the market is trending down, and here we have ABC pattern. As you can see, in the pullback the dots were below the price, and at this point when this candle was closed, we got the first dot above the price, and it tells us that we have greater downside momentum, and this is where we can say that probably the pullback ended and the price is going to decline more. So in practice we could enter a short position at this point with the stop loss above the previous swing high and profit target at risk to reward ratio of 2. Please pay attention that this trading strategy will not give you 100% guaranteed signals. No, this is not possible, and you will definitely have false signals. Losing positions are always part of the game, no matter how much accurate is your trading strategy or how much experience you have. So you need to manage your risk properly. There is a risk management strategy that is called 1% rule, and it's one of the best risk management strategies that you can use. I have a complete guide on this. The link is also placed in the description, and I highly recommend you to watch it, because without a proper risk management strategy you cannot become a consistently profitable trader. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and leave a comment for me. I'll answer your questions as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications of my new videos. See you guys in next video, and good luck with your trading.